Hi, I'm Santi Fox. This is my YouTube channel. If you're new, you haven't met me, you've never seen me, welcome. This video is about me. Perfect video to get started. Number one, how did I get started with photography? So I got started with filming events. The first wave of social media, we're in our teens. There was a lot of parties being thrown, and somehow I found myself as the photographer. I got a hold of a camera, a friend had a camera, I got to just have a camera with me, and I got to capture the events. I then built a website where people who went to the party could download the photos, put them on their own social media profiles. As I got older, I got to photograph larger events like music festivals and shows at clubs. And first artist I got to shoot was Lil Wayne and Sean Kingston. That was my start to understanding how live shows work, how artists coming from different countries and how all this worked, which then helped me later in life as I worked in club promotion and artist liaison things where I had to pick up the artists from the airport and take them to the club, hotel, and make sure everything worked. I learned all the mistakes. I learned how to use flashers at events. I learned everything I needed to learn, and that was my start. Number two, why did I move to California? My dad's American, my mom's Finnish. So I've had US citizenship for a while, and I wanted to see how it would be to live in America as an American and to be in a place with sunshine and palm trees and good food and all these things. In 2012, I decided to quit my job, hopped on a plane, and came here and shot a 10 episode mini travel documentary, and then started to get jobs with different artists and labels to do music videos, behind the scenes videos, event videos, club videos, and recap videos, and behind the scenes vlog type stuff for different artists. And that was my start into content creation on a higher level and in a faster pace. And I actually had to learn everything from scratch because I only knew the basics for video editing, and I'd been a photographer for a very long time, but video was still new for me. The equipment was new, formats, everything was new, so I had to learn everything. And that's thank you for this community for learning all these skills and finding the answers to the questions I had. 3. I played soccer for 25 years now, going on 26, and I started when I was 4. I did a lot of different sports growing up: skateboarding, snowboarding, ice hockey, Thai boxing, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, MMA, wushu kung fu, and breakdancing. None of them stuck as much as soccer did. Soccer, football just stuck with me for a very long time, and it's still my passion, and I will probably, hopefully, never leave the football pitch. I still play in LA, and we've won 2 municipal championships, so I'm very happy for that. 4. How did I get into graphic design? I started when I was in my early teens, and I played a lot of Counter-Strike. So I realized that these teams that wanted to play in a competitive sense, they all needed websites. And so I learned how to do websites on Photoshop, and I learned HTML and CSS from WebMonkey or whatever it was, tutorial website where you could learn how to do the most basic things through experimentation and just doing a lot of websites and a lot of portfolio websites as well. I learned how to use Photoshop. I learned how to use my graphic design and layout skills and how code came into that, and that led me into graphic design. And now I'm happy to work with esports through the company I work for now, and I hope to be involved with everything for a very long time because it is still gaming is a big passion of mine, and everything with esports is extremely interesting. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, you won't miss a video, you'll learn something new. Number 5, my first job as a graphic designer. I went to the military and there I worked as a graphic designer as well. On the weekends, I was still doing bartending and working as a bouncer. At some point, I got offered to do graphic design for an event that was being thrown, a Madonna after party. And that was my first party invite. I found the photo I needed to use. I made the layout for the front and back. I picked some of the papers I wanted to use and the finish for the paper. And I still love the design of it, and that landed me the next job, and then the next job, and then I got hired as a graphic designer for that company, and later on became the art director. And there's still nightclubs in Helsinki that use the logos I've designed and the branding elements, and even the club that owns the nightclub's still there, actually uses a logo I designed as their corporate logo. So that's my legacy for Helsinki, I guess. But it's funny how those small projects then escalate into a larger piece of what became my career now. Number 6. What I did when I moved to America was I shot nightclub videos for Supper Club in LA. Friend of a friend connected us, and I got to shoot a video, and that didn't actually get me any more work at that club, but that then landed me other jobs at other clubs, so I had something to show as an example, and I did that one for free just to get my foot into the door. And then it steamrolled from there into making more videos, which I then ended up stopping because I started working with artists instead. The nightclub jobs then got me introduced to Nervo and to Bicetone, and those were two artists that a friend of mine told them I can do the job. I jumped on it, and I did a couple behind the scenes videos, and from there I got to go to Alter Music Festival, Coachella, and different shows in LA and in San Diego and in Vegas, and did behind the scenes videos, YouTube content, and that was where I learned a lot. But that was also where I made a living for the first year in LA. Once I was done with that, I wanted to apply for an office job because I wanted to be surrounded by people. I wanted to meet new people. I was still new in America. I didn't know anyone here, especially in LA when I moved. There's one Finnish person I knew, and then made a couple other Finnish friends and American friends as well in the beginning. But I wanted a larger environment to be a part of. And I applied for all kinds of jobs, and I didn't really get anything. Nothing worked out, or the pay was too low, and it didn't seem like it's worth the effort. I then applied for Creative Recreation, a sneaker company, and then they liked my nature photography and hired me. I think that the leadership of the company had experience with nightlife, and also seeing my nightlife work probably helped in that sense, and got me the job. After 3 months, I got fired. I went to another company, came back a month later, and worked there for 3 years. And from there, I went to K-Swiss. So, graphic designer to art director, and all in footwear for some reason, but it's a lot of fun. I like it. 7. My childhood, I spent a lot of time in Helsinki, Finland, Spain, Sweden. My mom had friends in Sweden, my uncle lived in Sweden, and my aunt still lives in Spain, and so every summer I would travel around these places, and that was pretty much my experience with Europe as a kid. It was those 3 countries mainly, and then later on, as I got older, I got to go and we backpacked through Europe with a 1-month train ticket with a friend of mine. I think before the military or right after, and it was the most fun ever. I highly recommend everybody to do that if you can. Go backpacking, get a train ticket. As a kid, we had a really multicultural childhood in 90s Finland. My best friends were from Finland, Brazil, Sweden, Russia, Turkey, Tunisia, Ethiopia, and just a plethora of different countries, and that was a melting pot where when I was growing up. So a lot of my friends are from all around the world, but we are all Finnish, which is a very unique culture to be a part of and a very weird language to learn. A lot of times our home was a place for a lot of my friends. So my mom would cook for 10, 15 people, 10, 12 people in this small round table, and whatever we had in the fridge on the table, and everybody had food. I got the nickname Muumipeikko, and my mom got the nickname Muumimamma. The Moomins are a family like that. They take care of a larger family, and it's fun for everybody. Number 8. There's a list of artists I've always wanted to see, and there's only a few on it, and I haven't seen a Kendrick Lamar solo show, and I haven't seen an Eminem show, but I have seen the other ones, and these are still things I need to complete. Hopefully I'll get to see an Eminem show this year. He only had a show in Europe and nothing in America, so that's a little bit disappointing. Number 9, travel plans. So I feel like I'm actually still traveling. I'm on a trip because I'm in America and I'm not in Finland. I really want to go to Japan. I've wanted to travel in Asia a lot, but this trip came first, and I haven't made any plans to move away from America, and I think I want to stay for a long time. But I do want to explore Asian countries, and specifically Japan. And I think it's because as a kid on the street I grew up on, there was a Japanese foundation. They had like a one small room place, and they always had the alphabet in front of the store, or in their window display, and I always saw that every day when I came from school, and somehow I got super fascinated with the kanji letters and the language, but I never learned the language. But I'm trying, and hopefully one day I will speak fluent Japanese, and preferably before I go there for a longer period of time to travel, but we'll see. Hopefully technology has evolved so much I can actually just have an earpiece and translate. I wanted to have a YouTube channel for a very long time, and I wanted to create more video content and have a place where I can just push stuff out. This was something that I've always liked to do, is to teach other people and to have a place where I can share the knowledge I've learned throughout the years and the tips and techniques that people have given me. Now I want to share those to the community where I learned most of my skills, and hopefully people that have now migrated from Instagram to this YouTube channel, welcome, thank you very much, and hopefully I get to teach you more things through here, because the medium of video works better here, and this is what I'd like to try. If you're new, welcome, thank you. If you've been around for a while with me, thank you. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, you won't miss a video, you'll learn something new, and you'll be with me on the ride. Thank you.